The Islamic society does not work like that. The brothers will be responsible for that sister, the one who cannot get married, and she only gets half a share of the brothers. So this whole concept, Islam has also explained the other sides of the laws. So why think that no, because this general rule exists and therefore this girl will be deprived? No person will be deprived. All rules in the world and all laws are general laws, and you will mention the exceptions and then you will explain the exceptions separately. So the rules are general, but there are exceptions. So and there are exceptions for this law as well, and the brothers will be responsible. And as far as this verse in the Holy Quran is concerned about the law, this verse that Lut had, the Lut alayhi salam, when those people came. He said that I will give you my daughters. My daughters meaning the daughters, of the Ummah. He did not have that many daughters to marry off to the whole of his Ummah. So he will say that yes, you can all get married to my daughters. He did not have that many daughters, meaning a prophet and a messenger is a father of his Ummah. He's the father of the nation. The Holy Prophet says, Ana wa Aliyun ababa hadhihi al-Ummah. Ali and I are the fathers of this Ummah. I and Ali are the fathers of this nation. So the Prophet was the father of Hazrat Lut alayhi salam is the father of the nation. So as a father of the nation, he's saying that the girls of this Ummah are available for you. Why do you go to the boys? So they should have got married to the girls rather than getting, fulfilling their desires with men. So that is what he's implying, and he's not implying that they should, they all should, he offered them daughters. He offered them to get married to girls, and not without marriage. You need to think more into the verses rather than interpreting them yourself. But you need to refer to them, to the scholars and the interpretation of the Holy Prophet. How has he explained these verses? And a person cannot take the explanation from themselves. They need to refer to the Holy Prophet and the Imams. What is their explanation? What are the other questions?
About the concept of Adam and Hawa. That was Christian concept. No story in Quran.
As far as Adam alayhi salam and Hawa, Adam and Eve, Bible mentions it, the Holy Quran also mentions it. The Holy Quran has talked in detail that لا تقرب هذه الشجرة فتكون من الظالمين. There are a number of places in Surah Baqarah, in Surah Hijr, many other surahs. I can't even remember now from the top of my head. 6-7 different places Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has talked about the creation of Adam and Eve, and then the Satan, Shaitan, who was misguided and or who was trying to misguide them to eat the plant. So basically the whole story does exist in the Holy Quran in a lot of detail, and then the history and the traditions of the Aimma alayhim salam have further explained the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Holy Quran in more detail.
Right, the last question is just the fossils of cannibals found, and they were like monkey, and they were human beings. The Darwin Theory. Yeah. So what Islam says about it? I mean, what's the actual? Because few people say that it's an evolution process, and so
we do believe in evolution, but not evolution with the explanation of Darwin that the human beings came from apes. The apes do have intelligence, not up to the level of human beings, and human beings are much more intelligent than the apes, and you do not ever see that the animals. You can train some of the animals like dogs and like apes, monkeys and chimpanzees and many of the other animals. They become there are many intelligent animals and you can train them, but they do not have the intelligence of the human beings. Even many of the crows and many of the other birds have a lot of huge intelligence. Eagles who have bones, who have hunted and have bones, they go into the air and drop that bone from extreme height to the rocks, so the bone breaks and they can take out the bone marrow. And so the animals have huge intelligence, but the intelligence does not get to the level of human beings. Darwin's theory is not a fact, it's a theory, and it is not even accepted by the majority of the Western scientists, and a lot of the scientists actually reject the science, the Darwin's theory. So it's not something which is a fact. Yes, there were creations before human beings. There may have been different types of human beings, not necessarily apes or animals. There are some traditions to mention that there were 50,000 Adams, 50,000 Adam. And Adam came, and then he died, and everything finished, and the second Adam came. So they may have found fossil fuels and humans, or the structure of the previous generations and previous creations, not necessarily the present day human, and the old humans were different, and not necessarily they were apes or anything else. So the whole theory of Darwin is a theory and not a fact, and it cannot be accepted by any means.